I got a soil biology PhD, and now I'm a tutor and a babysitter and a dog sitter.
I know, my degree was in Chicano Studies and film.
It was what?
Chicano Studies.
Today, I'm graduating from Columbia University with a degree in film.
What kind of job can you get when you graduate?
The same type of jobs you would get before you get a degree in film.
So today we're going to be taking a look at something we touched on a little bit when we're talking about the job market and student debt, and that is the college degree and seemingly how worthless so many of them have become in this climate. When everyone graduates with the same piece of paper, it's not nearly as special as what it used to be. The bar then gets raised when we're talking about job listings. Everyone needs a bachelor's, then everybody needs a master's. Then on top of it, you need years of experience just for the same low pay that we've all seen. And I'm just currently talking about degrees that most people would say are worthwhile to get. So when you get a degree in basket weaving or all the jokes that we've seen online before, you are just making your life exponentially harder. We have a ton of stuff to go over today along with comments from you guys from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But let's start off with a very popular clip going around recently with a very interesting PhD choice.
Getting crushed by capitalism is like so cringe, but it's like it's happening to me. And like I got a PhD from Berkeley and like I can't get a job to save my life. Like I got a soil biology PhD and like now I'm a tutor and a babysitter and a dog sitter. And like part of that is because like I don't want to like move to some random place in the middle of nowhere.
I don't know, I feel like there are definitely issues when it comes to capitalism, but you willingly choosing a soil biology PhD and then being shocked at how difficult it is to find a job along with not wanting to move out of your local area doesn't really seem like a capitalism problem to me. And as you could see the creator turning off the comment section for this video, you could understand the reaction most people had, but there is a little bit of a part two to the story.
I feel so stupid for listening to everyone in my life who said that if you follow your passions, the money will come, because I got like a whole ass PhD in soil biology because everybody eats, right? Everybody like wears clothes. And I thought that like sustainability was important or whatever. And now like, where are the jobs?
I don't know. I feel like that probably should have been researched before you got a doctorate, what the potential job market looked like for your degree. I think this also goes along with a comment from one of you guys. My grandmother always told me to do what you're good at, not what you love. Within a few years, you'll end up hating what you love. Make enough money with what you're good at so you could do what you love as a hobby. How many times have we all heard follow your passion and you'll never work a day in your life? That's most likely the case in today's world because you'll be unemployed, but unfortunately following your passion has put you into 5 or 6 figures worth of student debt and no job at the end of the road. We have another clip up on screen here. For some reason, when they all told me fashion degrees are useless and no one's getting hired, I didn't think it would apply to me. So many people think that they're the exception and not the rule. Currently in fashion school, and from what I've noticed from my own professors, you really can't get anywhere if you don't take that first unpaid internship from hell and connect with your boss's boss, and then at the same time have an actual job to pay your rent, and then also somehow be heavily involved on campus. It really seems impossible to me. I asked you guys, do you know someone with a degree that they don't use? And there were a lot of comments. 90% of the people that graduated, film degree, now I'm a CNA. Yeah, my ex-wife. I know someone who had a full ride scholarship to a 4-year college. They got a degree in English and now work for minimum wage. Me, I got a master's in marketing, research, and analytics. An acquaintance once, degree in zoology. Medical coding, $15,000 so you could get a customer service job. I have a psychology degree. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. My friend has a pharma degree. College of Pharmacy cost $140,000 and worked as a pharmacist a little bit, but he quit because it sucked. So you're back at square one. A bachelor's of science grad that became a manager at a pet fish store. I could really go on and on. But I think you guys get the picture. We could just move on to the next example.
So you went to community college for a decade?
I know, my degree was in Chicano Studies and film.
It was what?
Chicano Studies.
Hold on, I'm real white. So I don't know what Chicano is.
Really? What?
I'm from Michigan. I saw one Mexican my entire life until I moved to Texas.
What? What? You need to go to LA. Chicano, it's a culture. Mexican American.
And you got a degree in that?
Yes.
On purpose?
Yeah, I wanted to connect to my roots.
Cool. Go to cultural landmark or read a book because you're not getting a job in Mexican American studies.
But I could go back to school.
We're just going to go straight to the comments for this one. The real scam is that colleges offer this as an option. As ridiculous as it sounds, they wouldn't offer it if people didn't take it. As a Mexican American, I'm not wasting my higher education on my roots. I could literally just talk to my grandma if I wanted to know more or read a book. That's what I was thinking. Wouldn't you just be able to talk to your own family about it? As a Mexican from Mexico, living in Mexico, that degree is absolutely wild. Why is this even a degree? It took her 10 years to get a degree in her own culture. She probably doesn't even speak Spanish. There was a ton of comments like that. I completely understand how difficult this job market is and how college kinda isn't worth it for a lot of people, especially with how expensive it's gotten compared to how low wages are for many careers right now. But when you start getting degrees like this, what am I supposed to say?
Today, I'm graduating from Columbia University with a degree in film.
What kind of job can you get when you graduate?
The same type of jobs you could get before you get a degree in film. You could produce, you could direct, you could PA, you could be a writer, you could profess. I want to be a showrunner. A TV showrunner is typically the executive producer / head writer of a series.
How much could you make in this field?
I don't know, like a couple 100,000 millions. If you're a showrunner, but it's like very few get to be showrunner, you know.
Again, kind of seems like zero research was done before you went to Columbia University. We've looked at it previously. It's around $60,000 to $70,000 a year to go to that school to get a film degree that even he said wouldn't really open up too many doors. You'd get the same type of jobs you'd get without that degree. And I've talked about it a little bit with you guys. I guess I would say I used to be on a similar boat to him. I went to a community college instead of a 4-year school because honestly my grades were not good. I guess overall that was a blessing in disguise, but I hopped around a couple majors until I landed on photography because I liked film, and that was the closest thing to it in my community college. But in the end, I did not want to make movies in California. I just like making YouTube videos, which newsflash, you don't need to go to school for. And for so many professional photographers or professional filmmakers, they didn't go to school for it either. They just did it. A lot of networking, putting your stuff on social media, very good work, is the way that most people grind out a career in that niche. But we could go over to some of the comments. Wasted 4 years. Bro went to one of the best schools in the world, but he sounds like he has no idea what he's gonna do. My daughter did TV production. Even her friends that got good jobs have all been laid off. The industry is so hard right now. So even if you are the real deal when it comes to this sort of work, you could still get laid off at a moment's notice. Another comment from you guys: when I graduated with my media studies degree, I realized quickly that it was for people with connections to get careers in film and radio. I had none. Fortunately, I graduated in 2014, so I was able to find a job in fast food and then retail immediately after graduating. I moved up to supervisor and then used a higher position to get another job, and now I'm a manager in event planning at a non-profit. There's always a way to pivot. You just can't be too picky on where you're going to start. But I will say that is much different than what you were initially going to school for, and there are many people who are realizing it now and cannot handle it.
My name's Morgan. In 2006, I graduated with a bachelor's degree in Women and Gender Studies. Next year will mark 20 years since I graduated. It's been a long and windy journey, but I've come to the extremely challenging conclusion that my degree was a mistake. The best sense I can make now, the overarching story, is that I was very young and insecure, full of anxiety when I got to college in 1999. I didn't feel power in myself. I was very shy, and I was looking for empowerment for myself, and college is not the place to be looking for that. College should be preparing people to find jobs.
And this is yet another one of the degrees that so many people joke about online. And because you're walking into these colleges or universities barely an adult, having to make choices and career paths that are supposed to be for the rest of your life, you could get roped into something that's just not worth it at all. And of course, it still sucks to realize that when you went in 1999, but imagine the difference right now doing it in 2025 with today's tuition cost. It makes the problem even worse with the student debt.
Top 7 degrees with the highest unemployment rate. Starting at number 7, we got computer science at 6.1%. A lot of companies scaled back entry-level hiring to focus on AI, and nowadays companies want entry-level people to have the skills of a senior while getting paid the salary of an intern. It's crazy. Number 6 is sociology at 6.7%. This one isn't really a surprise because if you don't have a specialty with this major, the market just doesn't favor you. Number 5 is fine arts at 7%. The bar to stand out in this major is pretty high, and unless you somehow blow up online, a lot of gigs just don't pay out well. Number 4 is graphic design at 7.2%. There are a lot of AI design tools out there, so the bar to enter into this field has lowered, and anytime there's new AI tools, companies think at least that they need less human labor. Number 3 is computer engineering at 7.5%. They're in a similar boat to the people in computer science. The tech job market just sucks right now, but trust, it will get better. Number 2 is physics at 7.8%, and this is one of the hardest majors out there with so much math. But outside of academia or research labs, right now there isn't really much placement. Number 1, and I don't think this is a surprise to most people because I think it's been pretty high up there, coming in at 9.4%, we got anthropology.
So I mean, almost half of what he went over is having some issues right now with AI. Not really too surprising when we look at the job market and how quickly it's advanced. And the comment section isn't much better. I'm studying computer science. You said graphic design. I just started computer engineering. So there's a lot of people currently getting those degrees while also knowing that it's not looking too good out there.
I am the perfect example of someone who went to college, got their degree, and never used it. So I have a bachelor's degree. My major was psychology and I minored in education, and my plan was to be a school psychologist. I realized that most of these people hate their job. I was originally an art major, but of course there was no way that I was going to make money that way, so I did change my major to psychology. After I graduated, I still had the artistic itch and I actually tried doing paint and sips for a while. I'm 25 now and still do not have a career. It's just so crazy to me that I made a decision straight out of high school to choose a career for the rest of my life by getting this degree, when in reality, at that time in my life, I really would have no idea what I want to do.
Same, I have a bachelor's in psych and I don't use it. I know I need a master's to pretty much do anything in psych, but I wish I would have majored in something else. Wish my bachelor's didn't go to waste. Don't worry, 90% of people with a psychology degree don't use it. Biggest scam in education. Well, you still put your time and money into it, so I'd be pretty mad. I have a bachelor's and 2 state certifications and don't use any. Straight out of high school, I went to university and graduated with my bachelor's degree in psych, took a gap year, and then went to grad school. Graduated last year, and now I'm a social worker and hate my job. Doesn't sound like a great life to me. Me with my master's in school counseling, I do plan on using it one day though, just not as a school counselor, trying to figure out how to pivot with my degree. There's example after example like this. And then I just had to put this next clip in. We have some people that you almost can't help and have to let them make their own bad financial decisions.
You know what I've realized? Is the $80K that I'm in debt for college, I could have got the 2023 Ford Bronco that I wanted. I don't care what anybody says, a college degree is useless. I said what I said, like, it's useless. You're telling me that I'm gonna apply to all these jobs, pay a shit ton of money for this piece of paper that's not even gonna work. If I get one more email that says, I'm sorry, we went with another candidate, we will keep you for other job opportunities.
So I do understand what she's saying, and she's not wrong, but if her first thought with the money that she's currently in debt for is to go buy a very unreliable Ford Bronco, I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm not trying to hate on it either. I like the way it looks, just like so many other people, but I do know it has some reliability issues, so the maintenance is going to be pretty expensive. But it just looks like if this person didn't go to college, this clip would be in my credit card debt video or the high car payments video. So hopefully my channel will help people make better financial decisions, but I guess some people, you just have to let them do it. Another comment here, I think a lot of people just went to college because they thought it was the thing to do at the time, and they were told their entire life, you must go to college. Again, going back to my own experience, it's kind of similar. I didn't have the grades to go to a 4-year, so I went to community college, primarily because I was told by my high school teachers and my family that that's how you were going to be successful. It all eventually came crashing down when I knew I was wasting my time, so I decided to cut my losses and drop out, but it does seem like a lot of people wanted the college experience. and were just doing what they were told. Get ready with me for my morning class at University of Miami for my 7th consecutive night out in Miami. This clip was uploaded at the very beginning of the year, by the way, so this almost seems like a guaranteed story that college is not going to work out for this person. They want to party and have the experiences instead of actually getting their education, while simultaneously paying $63,000 for tuition for the University of Miami. That's 2025 figures. That sounds absolutely insane to me. You don't have to go out every night, even though it's a party school. School is the most important. Plus, every class you skip is like $200 wasted. School just started now. How are you skipping? That's exactly why I'm skipping now and not during exam season. That doesn't seem too promising though. Why are we already skipping? Please take college seriously. I get that you're young, but going out daily, putting your attendance and grades at risk for a club. Tuition is not a joke, like I just said, 60,000 plus, and academic suspension. Unfortunately, to me, this kind of seems like they're just on a path to failure. Now we could go over to a video with someone talking about their monthly expenses, and you could see that one aspect of this clip is a little bit more expensive than the rest.
I am $205,000 in debt at the age of 24, and this is what I pay in monthly bills. So we're going to start out with my portion of rent. That's going to be $550. My phone is a prepaid phone, so that's only $50 a month. My car payment is $378.59. My private student loan payment is $2,373.35. My car insurance payment is $379.95, and my federal student loan payment is $283.36.
So I mean, I would say the car insurance is pretty expensive, the same payment as the car note, but the student loans adding up to over $2,500 a month seems a little bit out of place compared to the other expenses, but there is a little bit of a part 2 to this video.
So this person wants to know how I'm $180,000 in college debt at the age of 24 and I've only obtained a bachelor's degree. So I have a 4-year Bachelor's of Science and Environmental Science degree from a public out-of-state university.
And there you go. This is a very long explanation of a lot of bad decisions, but this person went to an out-of-state school, which increases the tuition even more, and now they're in $180,000 worth of debt, with interest making that worse every single day. But here's some of the comments. TLDR, a continuous stream of horrible decisions. Out-of-state is the key word, completely avoidable, by the way. Let this be a lesson to others. Don't go to out-of-state unless you or your parents can pay for it in cash, and it's an elite school that will get you a good return on your investment. Speaking of good ROI for your degree, we could take a look at a clip that's the exact opposite.
What are you studying?
I am studying creative writing.
Going to a private institution for a degree that typically does not have the best return on investment.
But I have a passion for this kind of writing.
But
so
is the degree required?
Yes,
Do you have a
maybe.
degree?
Yeah, I have a degree.
In?
Liberal math.
Hey, what can we get into?
I don't know. What can you get into?
What are you studying?
Graphic communications. It's a super basic art degree.
Okay, so unemployment. Got it. We built up $75,000 of student loan debt. Say the degree one more time.
I study Shakespeare.
Okay, Shakespeare. Lovely guy. What are you gonna do with that?
Well, that's such a complicated question.
Oh, no.
This is where you just have to say, we come from different worlds. You're not going to understand this.
What do you mean?
You won't understand like the precarity and why it's really all right.
What do you mean though?
Like your reaction there was like, oh, I
studied music composition in college. I was in the College of Arts School of Music, but I asked the job and you didn't know what to say.
So I have a lot of experience working at writing centers.
Okay.
So I could be that.
This isn't even all the examples from the financial audit. There are many more, but it seems like this could be one of the poor choices that could snowball into you getting on this show. And speaking of poor choices, this type of video has come up pretty often on my videos recently. Somebody trying to get their money back, committing fraud when they got kicked out of school.
Paying over $10,000 for tuition, you move into your dorm and you get kicked out 2 days later. You pay your tuition of $10,702 in full. You unpacked, moved into your dorm, you decorated generated. You're ready to start your classes for your business major. Be 2 weeks into it, you are now saying that these transactions related to your tuition are fraudulent. You're saying you don't know what these transactions are for. You say that you aren't enrolled at this school. You're saying that you've never applied. You're saying that you go to a community college. We reach out to the business and records office and they say, yes, this person is enrolled, but unfortunately they are no longer taking classes here. I let them know it looks like the student is saying that these are fraudulent transactions and they don't know what's going on. They said we can go ahead and we can submit the paperwork for you, but it does look like there's some academic notes that are here. So give me a couple minutes. I'm going to reach out to that office. The academics office lets the business office know that yes, the student is enrolled, but unfortunately they are no longer going to be a student here. All 3 of his professors flagged his first 2 assignments in his research classes as being 100 AR generated. Plagiarism. Didn't rephrase, didn't sum it up, didn't put in his own words, said 100% AR generated plagiarism. His enrollment was terminated for academic dishonesty. He had until 5 o'clock to vacate the campus. The school said they don't give refunds for violation.
So not only did you think you were going to get away with just 100% AI, don't even reword it, to possibly get away with any of these assignments, you then file a chargeback saying that it wasn't you, this was all made up, I just want my money back. I mean, you can't really make these stories up. But when we're talking about people who just turned 18, just became adults, and now they're going to a big college or university and they don't really know what to do, a lot of people would say that you should be going to a college advisor. They're the one that's going to help you out, put you on the path to success, until you start seeing a lot of videos, comments, and experiences saying the exact opposite.
So I'm looking at the classes you took last semester and you actually weren't supposed to take any of those. I told you to take them? I don't think so. So I know most people go to college for around 4 years, but what do you think about doing it in 6? All right, what was your name again? Let me look up your schedule. Yeah, you still need to take about 14 gen eds. You already took like 9. I don't think so. Okay, what about your major classes? What major are you? Oh, that's right, business. All right, you need to take Business 101, 102. Yeah, these are all full. I'm sorry. You're saying I told you to meet me right now so we could get ahead of it and make sure you got into all the classes and they weren't full? I don't recall that. Okay, on the bright side though, I am seeing there are a lot of prerequisites that don't really have anything to do with business, but at least they'll fill up your schedule. So are you okay if I fill up your schedule with all those for next semester? I'm sorry, those are actually, those are full too. Why didn't you come see me earlier? I told you to meet me at this time. I don't think I would have. I think this is your fault. I'm sorry. This is definitely your fault. Yeah, dude, just figure it out. I don't know what to tell you. This isn't really my job, so just get out.
Step 1, talk to an advisor. Step 2, ignore the advisor. Run degree audit to find what classes you actually need. Register for those classes. Step 3, repeat for every semester until graduation. I swear my advisor is a pathological liar with almost 250,000 likes on that comment. College advisors are just certified gaslighters. It's actually very concerning why they do this. To me, it kind of sounds like it's just a way for the colleges to make even more money off of you. You're taking extra classes that you don't need or going for extra years, like they said 6 years instead of 4, you're still going to be paying tuition prices to get the same degree that you wanted in the first place. You're just going to make the college, which overall is still a business, even more money. Another comment from one of you guys: I got a boring accounting degree. I'm employed full-time and permanent in a boring industry. Healthcare. Goes pretty well with the comment earlier in the video. Do what you're good at, not your passion. Take the money that you make from what you're good at and put it into your passion as a hobby. Now I know this video is pretty depressing, so I wanted to end it on a good note.
Today I'm graduating from Columbia University with my PhD in mechanical engineering.
How did you get into this?
I loved robots and I watched Iron Man when I was in 8th grade.
What kind of job can you get when you graduate?
A whole ton, different types actually. And from PhD you could go into academia, you could go into industry. I am going into industry.
And what's industry?
Essentially working as an engineer or working in consulting, which I am going to be doing hopefully soon.
How much could you make in this field?
There are many ranges. Not particularly sure, honestly. Best thing Columbia has given me is great friends. I have a great support system, great network that I kind of can survive in anything. Yeah.
Finally, a normal graduate from Columbia, because there are a lot of examples online of people getting creative writing, acting. We saw the film degree earlier, an actual useful degree. This woman will go far. PhD in mechanical engineering is not easy to do, very well done. She's actually going to be making money, good for her. So I mean, overall, I would say if you are looking at a 4-year university, please do a lot more research than most of the people have that we've seen in this video, because this could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars and years of of your time just to be able to put yourself back on the right path. But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.